Hello, this is the Tradesight U.S. Stocks and Futures Market Preview for Thursday, April 6th and Friday, April 7th, 2017. As usual for the end of the week, we don't do a market preview typically Thursday night going into Friday, as most of the week's events have already played out. If something exciting happens Thursday, maybe we will add a recap. Otherwise, this will serve as the rest of the week's preview. Here's a look at the ES front month futures contract. This is the daily chart of the ES. The broad market S&P in futures form was higher earlier in the day, closed lower on the session. Been a pretty negative day here, and actually a great day for us here at Tradesight. Really nice trading, a lot of winners. We were, I believe, 5 for 7, and some of those winners were fairly big. Maybe we'll scroll through those in a few minutes. Facebook captured about over $1 late in the day. Amazon was good for over 10. The VIX, the VXX call was good for 50 cents on a $15 symbol. So it was a good day overall. Plus, we had a top pick off the report in cake that triggered with market support about 30 minutes in and worked. So nothing to complain about. The opening range plays and the futures worked. Let's take a look here at, so let's go through the major indices and then we'll look at the intraday action, talk about what's coming out the rest of the week. So crude oil closed down 20 cents after being higher at one point as well. Gold lost 50 cents, which is really just a blip in gold. The S&P cash was down 7, so no big deal. The NDX, NASDAQ 100 was down 21.89. Now it gapped up a little. It went higher. It was actually above the risk line here, the pink line of the 13 sell signal from 4 days ago, but did not close above it. Actually closed down 21 points for the day. So that 13 sell signal is still the key on the NDX. SOX down 7, which is just kind of a blip for the SOX. Biotech's down 41. Remember, there was a 13 sell signal here 3 weeks ago, and this is it. I mean, this is the key. We break this new low, the low from the last month or so. We had an inverted cup or even sort of a head and shoulders type formation there. That does not look pretty on the biotech. VIX up $1.10. This is what we want to see. Still nowhere near the 16, 17 range that we prefer. It's been stuck down here under 14 for a while, under 13 mostly. But we're back to 12.89 up $1.10. Trin gets another high reading of 1.39. That keeps the 10-day moving average up at 1.26. NASDAQ volume, finally, good volume, over 2 billion shares. That's the other sign that this was a real move. Remember, we didn't just gap down and close down. We actually started up and we ended higher, and there was volume, and we sold it. And we sold it all day in the afternoon, as you'll see when we look at the intraday action. Advanced decline ratio started out very positive for the day. Matter of fact, if I show you this real quick on the intraday, look at this. Started out at plus 250 on the NASDAQ, 1250 on the NASDAQ. That means 1,250 for the first hour of trading. 1,250 NASDAQ stocks, more NASDAQ stocks were up than were down. And we got to the end of the day, it was negative 1,250. That was a huge swing advanced decline. That means everything across the board selling off. Big negative. Negative 926 on the New York, also negative. Google loses $3.66, still suffering into that 13 sell signal. Apple down 75 cents. Finally need to take a break. Amazon still gains 245 because why not? That puts it 12 candles up, by the way. So one more day up, and Amazon's going to get a 13 sell signal. Netflix down $1.88. Remember, there's a 13 sell signal in place here, and it's used it perfectly so far. So you got, Netflix, you got Amazon potentially getting one, you got Google under one, you got the NASDAQ under one. A lot of sell signals out there right now in the market. Tesla loses back $8.70 finally. Bonds continue higher, up 37 cents. The Dow loses 41 more points. And then the Goldman Sachs, which was still short, down $1.60 on the Goldman Sachs for the session. All right, let's take a look at the futures intraday. So a couple of interesting points. Number one, we gapped up. First 15 minutes was fairly flat. Then we took off higher, made some money on the opening range plays, looking like we like to see them at least. And then, we got to count 12 on the 5-minute chart on the Comer, and pulled back a bit, heading into lunch. Recovered over lunch, made the new high, got the 13 sell signal over lunch, stalled out there, and then when they came back from lunch, they started to sell it off, and that's where all the volume and activity was. So a perfect sell signal from the Comer. The NASDAQ side had the sell signal way early before the move started. I like that. We were walking people through that ES signal today because that was just such an obvious setup, and there were some other aspects of it related to the other settings on the Comer that made it very interesting. So I think it worked out just about perfectly. All right, so what is left for the week? Let's just talk about the economic data that's due out both Thursday and Friday. So Thursday at 7:30 a.m. we've got Challenger job cuts At 8:30 a.m., we've got initial and continuing claims. At 10:30 a.m., we've got the natty gas inventories. That's not a big deal. And then Friday, there's still some data. The big ones, of course, the unemployment rate with the non-farm payroll data. That's going to be a key. Wholesale inventories 30 minutes into the markets. Consumer credit 3 in the afternoon. I don't know that I expect too much Friday, but of course, if Thursday gets real negative, Friday could do anything. I was planning on having some stuff I need to do in the afternoon on Friday, so we'll see. But I'll definitely be around all day Thursday and Friday morning. And hopefully we can have, I mean, it's been a great week so far. I can't complain at all. Good start to the quarter. Charts, as usual, brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple of weeks. Have a great trading Thursday and Friday.